And I'm always looking at you, correct?
We're good.
Hey guys, we are here. We are live with media lifestyle personality, vegan enthusiast, and motivational author, Maisha Wynn. How are you?
What's going on, Brianna? Happy Temple Tuesday.
Yes.
Happy Tremendous Tuesday. Happy Thankful Tuesday. BlackDoctor.org. Get busy. Get busy. Hey!
What an intro. All right, well, I don't have to ask how you doing. I can see how you're doing.
I am
doing good.
highly favored. God woke me up this morning in the right state of mind and spirit, able to move and see you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a blessing.
I'm so glad you're here to tell us your story. I want to just jump right into it. I know you have so much in your background, but let's start with your weight loss. So, guys, I know you see her, and she is fit and fab. So tell us how you got here in your beginning, where you started.
That is a wonderful question. I tell people all the time, you never know someone's story just by looking at them, and we all have a story, right? And it's so important that we're transparent and we share it with others. So I come from a family of obesity.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised on 71st and Jeffrey by a beautiful woman. And 10 years ago, I slowly started making the transition. So I tell people all the time, slow and steady always wins the race. So I was starting on this track to make the change because one day I looked in the mirror and I said, Maisha, that's not you. And I just broke down in tears.
Mm-hmm.
Called my friend that night and I said, hey, I know you're a personal trainer. Is it possible if you could take me to the gym to work out? Because I had never worked out before, Brianna.
Oh, wow.
I didn't work out in elementary school. I didn't work out in high school. I didn't work out in college. I had a doctor's notice so I wouldn't have to work out. So he said, okay. So I started off slowly working out once a week. Mm-hmm. Then that increased to twice a week. Fast forward 7 years ago, I got a call from my aunt that'll forever change my life. She said, your mother is not feeling well. Went to the house, my mother was slumped over. This is the woman who gave me life. This is the woman when I decided that I wanted to go to Spelman College, took out her 401k, moved to Atlanta to watch over my matriculation.
Wow.
Took my mother to the hospital. We were there all night. That morning we realized that mom had stage 2 stomach cancer. Mm. They said, well, what do you want to do, Miss Wynn? I said, of course, I want to treat the cancer. On the day that my mother was supposed to get treatment, she caught pneumonia. Everything from there went downhill. She lost the ability to be able to walk and talk. And then she made a transition on New Year's Eve. Mm. And so before my mom made her transition, she was on 15 different meds. 4 of those medications were for high blood pressure. And I thought to myself, you know, Maisha, it's time for you to really stop being a human yo-yo. Because whenever I would get stressed out or get emotional about something, I would backtrack on my journey. And so losing my mom made me be more committed to my health and my overall wellness. So over the course of 10 years, I've lost an entire woman, over 120 pounds.
Wow.
And so I tell people all the time that you are in control of your own destiny, but you have to embrace your why. Mm-hmm. What motivates you? Why do you want to do it? And so for me, my mother poured so much greatness into me that I am not only living out the rich legacy that she created for me, but the legacy she created for herself.
So before we continue, guys, I do want to let you know that we are taking your questions live. So as always, leave them in the comment section and we'll get to them throughout the live feed. So tell us about, what was your process? I know you said you called your friend to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And you started off once a week. So how did you continue on from there, especially with you saying going back and forth with emotions and having the loss of your mother?
Right. So I always tell people that you want to have people in your life that can celebrate you and support you and hold you accountable. So I had him. Over the course of 10 years, I've had numerous trainers. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I always switched up a trainer is that every trainer does something differently. Yeah. Right? And so you get used to one person and their routine and you always want to strive to do better and greater. And then I start cutting certain things out of my lifestyle and my diet. So I grew up in a household where we had so much food until when you would open up the fridge, we would have to hurry up and close it up. Because my mother,
So it's like fall out.
it would fall out.
Oh my goodness.
Food would fall literally out of the fridge because there was a time when my mother didn't have any money. So she was like, oh no, I have a baby now, I have money, I'm gonna make sure we have more than enough. So I have learned from me, subconsciously, less is more. So I don't have a lot of things in my house because I have learned if it's in my house, I am going to eat it. And it's about understanding yourself. That's me. Now you might be different.
I'm the same.
But if I have a lot of snack food in my house, I'm going to eat it.
Yeah.
Just subconsciously, I'm going to eat it, right?
Yep.
So I keep just the basic necessities. Now that I'm a vegan, I love coconut milk, almond milk. I love apples. Why apples? Is high in fiber. I love organic peanut butter. So I'm able to make a smoothie with that. I'm able to, when I want to just snack on something, I will do apples and peanut butter or peanut butter and celery, right? I keep blueberries, frozen blueberries and frozen bananas, and I buy pineapples every few days to make fresh juice in the morning. So for me, it was about learning my body and taking it step by step. So slowly, the first thing I took out was beef.
Okay.
And the reason why people don't understand that beef takes 30 days to digest through your system. 30 days. So I've never had pork, so I didn't have to let that go. So that was the first thing I took out of my diet. And then we would always have so much juice. My mother loved Tropicana juice, orange juice. So I started taking out juice because juice is high in sugar and sugar turns into fat. So I started slowly replacing juice with water. Now it wasn't like, okay, every day, but it was like, okay, instead of me doing 4 glasses of juice, then I'll do 3 glasses of juice and 1 glass of water, right? Because once again, slow and steady always wins the race, right? The only competition that you're having is with yourself, not with your neighbor, not with your loved one, not with the person on social media, because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going on in their household. And we all love to put up a certain type of persona of, yeah, I got it going on, but behind closed doors, do we really have it going on? And so we have to learn to nurture and love ourselves. It's important that you create a mantra. So every day when you wake up, so my mantra is, I embody love and light. I embody love and light. So what is your mantra? Creating something that makes you feel good. So when you stand in front of the mirror and you're doing your hair or doing your makeup or brushing your teeth, you're telling yourself, I am love and light, or I am marvelously made by God, or I'm the bomb.com. Whatever it's going to be. And I have learned that when you do it at least 21 days, it becomes a habit. 21 days becomes a habit.
So you're right. I'm just like, I'm taking notes and giving notes at the same time. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So how long did it take you to make that transition into veganism? So I became a vegan almost 3 years ago. Okay.
So at the time, so just to tell you the process, I started taking out beef. And then I started eating chicken and fish, right? So I'm like, oh, I can do this. I can still do dairy. But then 3 years ago, I was like having these excruciating headaches. I mean, so bad till it was bringing tears to my eyes. So that Saturday night, I went to the ER. I had a friend take me to the ER. And they ran numerous tests on me. They said, oh, we want you to meet with the head of neurology. I'm thinking this must not be a good thing if I'm meeting with the head of neurology. He comes in and he says, Maisha, I'm here to tell you that you're living with a brain aneurysm. I said, a brain aneurysm? I just completely lost it in the sense that I just broke down in tears. I said, people die from those, Dr. Wong. He said, yeah, I know. He said, so let's talk about your lifestyle. He said, are you active? I said, yeah. I said, I work out anywhere from 5 to 6 days a week, right? Because I was able to work my way up from going from once a week to 5 to 6 days a week. And it's all about finding something that you enjoy. And so for me, I enjoy Pilates. It elongates the body. It strengthens the core. A lot of dancers do it. And I love dancers' bodies. So Dr. Wong was like, okay, that's good. He said, do you smoke? I said, no, never had a cigarette. He said, do you drink? I said, well, occasionally I might have a glass of wine or champagne. He said, okay, that's decent. He said, and what about your food intake? Like, what are you doing? I said, well, this is what I'm doing. He said, well, do you do meditation? Do you do yoga? He said, because you want to do things that really help promote the brain waves in a positive way. I said, well, I occasionally do. He said, well, you want to look more into that. Fast forward a month later, I meet with my primary physician. I let him know what's happening. He said, well, based upon your family history and your mother being on a lot of medication for high blood pressure and high blood pressure only elevating your aneurysm, you really need to look at a plant-based lifestyle.
Okay.
Which has led me to living this lifestyle. And when I tell you, Brianna, it was the best life decision I could have ever made. I sleep better. I have more energy. Like I can go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm up at 5, 6, just ready to rock and roll.
Because your body's learning how to use, your body will naturally heal itself. So it's learning how to use itself to create that energy.
That's
I
right.
love that.
That's right.
So what would you say, I have so many things I want to talk about now. What would you say, for someone who's looking to transition into a vegan lifestyle, what would you say are like your 3 tips for them to do that?
So the first tip is that preparation is key. Preparation is key. But even before we do that, I don't want you to dive right into it. I want you to first educate yourself because knowledge is power. I know a lot of vegans, all they do are things that are high in carbs and high in fat.
Exactly. Yes.
Not understanding that all the nutrients you need. I don't know if people know this, but there's more protein in spinach than there is in steak.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So with that being said, you want to eat things that are high in fiber, that have high protein counts. So you want to do things like leafy green vegetables like spinach and kale. You want to do asparagus, Brussels sprouts. So you want to make sure that you do all the research, and Google is a great finder. This month is World Vegan Month, so the Vegan Society has great resources. We have recipes available on our website at live2win.com. You also, I would say, take a cooking class. There's so many great cooking classes across the country. You know, go learn some new recipes, meet some like-minded people, and then on those days that you say, you know what, I don't really want to eat a lot. So instead of lunch, instead of having something that's like chicken or beef or pork, replace it with a beautiful salad, or replace it with a green smoothie, or replace it with a fabulous juice. So one of my favorite juice recipes includes beets, because I'm anemic, so beets, ginger, which is good for inflammation, apple, and oranges.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So do you have a juicer or do you blend it?
I juice.
Okay.
I have both.
Okay.
I have both. I have the Bentley of the juice world, and then I have a Toyota of the blender world.
Like I have a little bit of both.
Right, a little bit.
Do you have a preference on blending and juicing?
Yeah.
What's your preference?
So it just depends on my morning.
Okay.
So when I could do smoothies because it's really fast, you know, with the juicing, but preparation is key. If you plan the night before and have everything cut up, then you could actually do it in the morning as well.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to your brain aneurysm for a moment.
Yeah.
Before you found out, were you having any symptoms, or was there anything that led up to it that alerted you to it, or was it just from that one experience when you went to the hospital?
It was the headaches.
Okay.
These migraines, they were just killing me. And the pain was so bad until it was coming all the way into my eyes.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you've had to do outside of diet to modify your lifestyle?
Yeah, so I have to be really mindful of stress, because stress is not good for anybody. It's a silent killer. And so when I get stressed out, I say, you know what? I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm done for the day. And I go outside and I walk. Even if it's 20 degrees, I'm going to go outside and walk. People don't understand the power of walking and the sun, the vitamin D from the sun. When I was battling with depression after losing my mother, the sun was truly a healing mechanism for my mind, body, and soul.
Yep. I think I realized that as well. I used to live in California. I used to live in LA, and it's always sunny.
Always
So
sunny.
when I moved back to Chicago, I'm like, okay, this is different. Like,
Right.
and you really, you take for granted
That's
having
right.
the sun all the time, but it does make a huge difference in your mood and your lifestyle.
It does.
So yeah.
And if
Good
you
point.
could get away, so you live in LA, right?
Mhm.
So it's the winter time, almost in Chicago. It's dreary. I would say if you have a little money, or go on some of these websites, get you a last minute trip. Go to Miami, go to California, go to Mexico,
Get
go to
away.
Cuba. Get away and just relax and release. That's what I'm doing next month.
We're going.
I'm going somewhere fabulous. So I can lay on the beach.
Yes.
Bring me a cocktail.
I love it. I think we have some questions.
Okay.
Sorry, Monica, go ahead.
I just want to say that a lot of the viewers are just saying how powerful, and they're thanking you for your words and your story.
Thank
Everyone's
you.
loving it. So one of the questions they want to know, how much sleep do you feel is healthy, and did that play a part in your transitioning, the amount of sleep you get?
Oh yeah, people don't understand that rest is so key. And so a lot of times where I'm like really exhausted from working out, so like yesterday, I actually said, you know what, I'm not going to work out. I'm just going to rest. So it's all about understanding your body. I know that a lot of physicians say that you should do anywhere from 7 to 8 hours, but it really depends upon you and your lifestyle. But I would say at least get 5 hours a night if you can. Yeah. And then also the power of napping. If you can nap, baby, you better get your nap on too.
I love naps. How long is a nap?
I don't know, because when I nap, when I look up, I've been napping for 2 hours.
Oh no! See, I debate this with everybody. I'm like, how long is a nap? Because they'll say like a couple hours. I'm like, that's sleeping though. That's not a nap.
So what is a nap, like 20, 30 minutes?
I think so.
Okay.
That's my. But I mean, maybe like 30, anywhere from 10 minutes to like an hour.
Okay.
I was always debating this class. Like, how long is it?
Right.
What were some of your struggles with transitioning, and how did you get through it?
Good question.
Excellent question. So I guess the struggle was like first understanding like, wow, like the world seeing me differently, because so often I would walk into a room and nobody would ever notice me. Nobody would ever notice me. And now when I walk in the room, people notice me, and a lot of times it's like, wow, people actually recognize me. Do we really live in a world that is so into looks? And at the end of the day, I have learned that we really are. So self-love is so key. And so I'm so thankful that I come from a family where I was always told, Maisha, you are destined to be great. You are beautiful. Because my peers, they would taunt me, oh, look at you, you so fat. You so fat. But at the end of the day, for the average person, it would have broke them down. But because I came from a woman that always poured into me and celebrated me, that was something that really helped me. So I guess the struggle for me was like really understanding like, wow, the outside world is really into how you look and how they perceive you. Not understanding the beauty really comes from within. Because I know a lot of people who are beautiful but have horrible attitudes. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you want to have the best of both worlds.
It's good.
Another viewer wants to know, what did you replace chicken, turkey, and tuna with?
Guess what? As a vegan, we have so many fabulous options. We have like mock chicken, which is made from seitan, which is really delicious. And tuna, you can actually do with tofu. And I know a lot of people like, oh, but if you do too much tofu and soy, it has like estrogen. But at the end of the day, it's all about overconsumption. And you have to do a lot to really overconsume to get to that point in life. And then turkey, there are a lot of different brands that are out there, and I'm not going to make mention because they haven't paid us for that, but there are a lot of different brands out there that actually cater to us. And in the last 4 years, veganism has grown by 500% in the United States, which means that brands are making sure that they have things that we can buy.
When you were transitioning into a vegan lifestyle, did you ever miss anything? I know you didn't do pork, but let's say like, did you miss burgers, or did you have a food that you love that you started missing? Pizza. Okay. So.
I love pizza, but guess what? I make this fabulous pizza with vegan bread, of course, and tomato sauce and vegan cheese and olives and red onions and bell peppers. I even do my own blueberry vegan dessert pizza.
Oh wow.
which
So
is
you
really
still
good.
get your pizza then?
I
So,
still
okay.
get my pizza on.
So, because I think that's also one of the things
Yeah.
that like people think about when they're transitioning is like, I really want to do this because I know it's a healthy lifestyle, but man, I really love steak or I really love burgers or whatever it is. So getting over that hump and finding those alternatives.
But Brianna, do we really love those things, or do we love the seasonings that go on those things?
Right, and it's usually the seasoning, the way it's cooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
Yeah.
No? Okay, so I want to talk about your book.
Okay.
So we're going to show it.
The Winning Way.
The Wynning Way.
A guide to creating success your way. Not my way, but your way.
I love that title. So
Thank you.
tell us about what we can find in this book and
Okay.
what you're teaching us. what you're
Okay.
teaching us.
So this is a guide of personal and professional development.
Mhm.
I was writing a much thicker book, and I sat down with a friend, and he said, I am giving you till the end of the year to manifest and give birth to this book.
Wow.
I'm giving you till the end of the year. So once again, you want to have people in your life who support you and hold you accountable.
Push you.
And push you,
Yeah.
right? Push you to your greater.
Mhm.
So in this book, we talk about everything from being mindful of your thoughts. People don't understand that before you even utter what you say, it begins in your mind.
Mhm.
And this is the greatest gift bestowed upon you from your Creator. And then after you think it, you speak it.
Right.
So you want to be mindful of what comes out of your mouth.
Yep.
I hear people all the time say, well, I can't, or I'll try. Try is a barrier word. You're either doing it or you're not doing it.
I say that all. I'm laughing because I say that all the time. She's not heard it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. And when I meet people, I say, oh yeah, you're looking at the next billionaire after Oprah Winfrey. They laugh. I say, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Check my track record. Google me. And the reason why I say that is because everything that I desire has manifested. I knew at the age of 11 years old that I would go to Spelman College.
Mhm. And that's where you went.
Yes, I knew that I would be on the Rachel Ray show. Now it took 3 years, but it did manifest.
Yeah.
So whatever you desire, you want to be mindful of what you think, what you speak, and what you write.
Mhm.
People don't understand the power of journaling. Seeing is believing, and believing is achieving. So these are some of the things that we talk about in the book. We also talk about treasuring your temple. So after I lost my mom, my cousin was going to Dubai.
Mhm.
She said, you want to take a trip with me to Dubai? I said, I would absolutely love to go. What I learned there is the importance of prayer.
Yeah.
The importance of prayer. They prayed 5 times a day there. We were on our way from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, and our driver said, oh, it's almost noon. I'm thinking, okay, Ann. He was like, oh, it's time for me to stop and pray. So he stopped at a gas station, and they had a mosque for him to pray at noon. Think if we start doing that in our own world here in the United States, how transformative that would be.
Mhm.
So we talk about the power of prayer and how that is so important in your lifestyle and your livelihood. We talk about creating your personal brand. You have less than 7 seconds to make a winning first impression. People already decide personally or professionally or romantically if they even want to be bothered with you before you even open up your mouth. I'm sure you thought about me and had a perception of me before I even opened up my mouth. Do you understand the power that you possess? I know I do. And so in the book, we allow you to journal.
Nice.
So I tell my story, but I want you to self-reflect on your own story. How can you move forward if you don't reflect on your past?
That's good. I love it. I love it. Where can we, I know you have a question, where can we find the book?
Well, it's on Amazon, but they take a lot of my money. But I love you, Amazon, because you take care of the printing, you take care of the shipping. But if you want to get my $1 billion signature, you go to livetowin.com. That's LIVETOWYNN.com and click on About the Book.
Yes. And we'll put that in the
Okay.
comment section too, so people can just click on it.
I wanted to read a passage.
Let's do it.
Treasure your temple. When you cherish your temple, which is your body, you cherish your universe, which is your mind. Your temple responds to the way you think, feel, and act. That is often called the mind-body connection. Your personal freedom comes from living a healthy lifestyle. Nurturing your temple with the proper foods gives you the energy and fuel needed to propel in every aspect of your being, from how you move to how you interact with others.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Monica, go ahead. I know we have one more question, so I'm going to take that.
Did you ever have to let go of any negative people in your life, and how did that affect you?
That is a great question. You're like, did I?
So, what I have learned in life is you elevate, a lot of times they will remove themselves because they will not be able to take your sunshine. But also, I've had to be mindful of certain family members. When they call, I get them right off and get them right on. Get them right on and get them right off. Hey, so great talking to you. You know what? I was right in the midst of doing something. Gotta let you go.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who are living in your household, who are negative, just pray for them. Don't even let them know you're praying for them. It could be your husband, your wife. You know what, Heavenly Father, I just want you to keep this man and woman covered from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. Whatever they're going through, just bless them with peace and harmony and keep all that negativity away.
So how do you deal with, how have you dealt with that transition in terms of adjusting yourself? I guess, how do I want to say this? Understanding your value and holding everyone accountable to that. So especially with what you just said about being the next billionaire. If you know that, then you've already held yourself to a certain esteem. So how do you make other people hold you to that, or how do you enforce that? I think it's
okay, so I lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
I work and I move in a spirit of excellence. And so you either rise to the occasion or you don't. That's one of the reasons why I'm not married.
Mm-hmm.
One day I will be married, but in order to have the right helpmate or the right king to be a part of this universe here, he has to understand that when I am in the public eye, that all eyes are on me, and that should be okay.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I understand your role, and behind closed doors, that's a different type of relationship. But oftentimes, most men are like, well, me too. No, it's about me.
Mm-hmm.
If I've written a book, allow me to celebrate that.
That's right.
And oftentimes, I run into men, and they don't really understand that. But what I have learned is that I am more mindful with the universe and the type of energy that I put out. So the Creator is bringing a certain type of man into my life now.
Mm-hmm.
And you will start to see a shift in your universe when you start to transform your thinking and your movement and your words and your actions.
Yep.
God will start bringing the right people in your life. And that's exactly what he's doing now for me, personally and professionally.
Yep. I love it. I love talking to you. Okay, can you tell us, can you tell us what's next for you? I know you have some events coming up, so tell us about that.
I am so excited. We are doing the first of its kind vegan culinary tour in Chicago for World Vegan Month. World Vegan Month started 24 years ago by the Vegan Society in the UK, and it's all about promoting healthy living, social responsibility, and humane animal treatment. It kicks off right after Thanksgiving. Why? Because people have overindulged, and you want to look at something new or try something new. So you don't have to be a vegan to come out and celebrate with us. It's called What's on the Menu, Chef. It kicks off November 24th at Latinicity, which is at Block 37, right across the street from Macy's on State, from 6 to 9 p.m. I'll be there. All of our chefs that are part of it, from Portsmouth, Mercadito, Volare, Chef Marcos from Latinicity's creating fabulous bites all the way from Brazil to Mexico to Cuba for you to enjoy. We'll have a dynamic panelist of women who have been vegans anywhere from 10 years to 50 years to share their experience. The first 150 winners who attend will get a VIP gift bag with some of my favorite vegan brands. And to join that part of it, it's complimentary. All you have to do is go to info@live2win and send us an email. info@live2win.com. LIVETO wynn.com. Then after we have the kickoff party, there's a 3-day tour where I'll be there hosting it with the chef. It's from the 27th to the 29th. We kick it off at Portsmouth, which is a seafood restaurant. But we have created fabulous vegan appetizers, entrees, and desserts with the chef that are vegan friendly. But of course, for those who are not really ready, we'll have a normal menu for you as well. So we'll kick it off at Portsmouth. From there, it will take place at Mercadito, and then which is Mexican, and then it'll close out at Volare, which is Italian.
Awesome.
And so you get 3 for $33. So that's an appetizer, entree, and dessert. And I'm all about winning. So when you come in, you'll get a ticket, or when you register online, you'll give us your name, and one person will walk away with a $100 gift card from each restaurant.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah.
And then how do they register? Well,
Info, but also if you want to just register right away, you go to veganwins.eventbrite.com. That's vegan, veganwynns.eventbrite.com. You can always reach out to us at info@livetowin.com. That's info@livetowynn.com. Follow us on social media. We're at Live to Win. And let's figure out how we can make sure that you're winning the winning way.
Love it. Well, Maisha, thank you for coming
Thank you
in,
so much.
chatting with us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
And thank you guys. Remember, your best is still yet to come. I believe in you. Brianna believes in you. BlackDoctor.org believes in you. The question is, do you believe in yourself?
That's right. So guys, as always, please make sure you're following us on social media. Check out what's on the menu, Chef with Maisha Wynn. Make sure you come out to the event. That's all in Chicago. So our Chicago people, we want to see you out in big numbers. And that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye.